Probably first met Bailey about 2 years ago. And we have a lot of kids through here that are handling cancers or an illness of some form and their parents. But every now and then you sort of meet a kid that you sort of have an affinity with and you sort of spend a little bit more time. And the players have felt that as well.
How you going, guys? How you going, mate? Let's go, mate. How you travelling, bud? Going okay? How you going, Bales?
Good.
Going all right?
Yeah.
Let's head across, mate. How are you?
Good.
Let's go. You been having a kick? Hey?
Yep.
And then the connection with the parents sort of takes place. And I've stayed in touch with Mark, Bailey's dad, and the rest of the family sort of over the last couple of years, sort of informally here and there. And I'm wrapped that the club's there for them and that they feel comfortable enough just to come to us for some light and shade at times.
If I take you in the press conference, are you going to ask a question this time?
Not sure.
Well, he's a pretty quiet kid, but I mean, like any time, like walking into this environment the first time he walked in, you could understand he wasn't saying a great deal. At that stage, he'd lost all his hair, he was still pretty crook, and the family were just still coming to terms with, you know, so Mark walks into the bathroom and sees Bailey, his one leg's twice the size of the other leg, and then the world flips. So they were still coming to terms with all of that, and Bailey comes in, so you can understand that his head's spinning. The family's wondering how they're going to handle it. He walks into Collingwood, he's got all the players that he's seen on TV and they all want to say g'day and they all want to give him their autographs, and that's a pretty surreal experience for a young kid. And then the more you meet him, you know, a second time, a third time, a fourth time, it's probably been a dozen times I've catched up with him separately over the last sort of couple of years. He's a normal kid. Just come down this morning?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
We went to Geelong and caught a train.
Caught a train from Geelong?
Yep.
Okay.
He's come to about 2 or 3 games this year, so having him down there won't be anything different other than it'd be good to see him again.
What do you think about today?
I reckon we'll win.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, when at first Bailey came to the football club, that was our first contact, with the club. Yeah, a couple of months after that, the players raised some money during a pre-season function, and in the end we donated that money to Bailey for his treatment. I mean, Bailey and my eldest son, Jet, were running around the backyard that afternoon, kicking a footy, and you know, he's just a normal kid and just came into the fold. So since then, you know, and I'll hear from Mark probably once a month. He drives trucks and he'll be on the road and just call up and touch base and see how things are going, and it's good to find out how the family's going, how Bailey's going.
They're always staying in touch and I stay in touch with them, and we always have a chat on the phone if I'm out in the truck and whatever. And we've been to Nathan's place for a barbecue and with the kids, and yeah, they've just sort of taken us under their wing, I suppose, or more Bailey and the other 2 kids, which is fantastic.
You're moving better, babe?
Yep.
Legs going good?
Yeah. Better.
Yeah, good. It's good to see you with your hair back too.
Yeah.
Everything's going well, and it's just great to see a family that have gone through those struggles actually not only getting by, but you know, starting to find some traction and some comfort in where they are.
See you, bud. I'll see you after the game.
Yep.
All right. Look after yourself.
See ya.
Barrack hard, all right?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, look, they're just great. No, you don't expect clubs to do this sort of thing for you, and they've just taken us under, well, especially the kids under his wing and the club themselves. You know, you go down to the rooms now with the kids and it's not just the players to say g'day, it's, you know, Eddie and a few of the other guys around the club, they'll come up and have a yak, and yeah, it's just great, it's just fantastic.
Community is one of the club's values. Yeah, it's not just a word, it's something we believe in. Yeah, we believe we are a part of the community. We don't hold ourselves above or beyond. Although we're an elite environment, we don't want to have an elitist attitude. And I do think that the fact that our players are judged for their football ability, that's a pressure that comes to bear on everyone at the Collingwood Football Club, the expectation of performance. But the fact is that we as people are far more than just footballers or coaches or staff at the Collingwood Football Club.
Not much.
Hey?
Not much.
Good?
Yeah.
The benefits are twofold. You know, we get the opportunity to use our recognition and the fact that people want to have something to do with Collingwood, but we also get the benefit of the players being able to realise that they have an impact in the community beyond just being a footballer and kicks, marks and handballs. So it's in the front of our minds. We try and find opportunities to find value in our players and our coaches and our staff outside of just being what they do for football. And I think the club, it's something the club holds dearly. And we take every opportunity we can. It's good for our well-being, and it's good to be a part of the community in that sense.
Oh, that's not good. Ball's just up. Blue ball.
Yeah, it's good. He's my little mate now, so obviously going back probably a couple of years when I first met him, and we had some big battles then, and the whole family have, so sort of got to know the family pretty well, and great family, great country people, and they come down as often as they can to watch the game. So yeah, great kids, and just wrap the things are starting to turn around for him, and that his health is getting better. So hopefully it stays that way, because you sort of never know with the type of illnesses he's had that they can come back pretty quick. So just hopeful every time you see him, every few weeks, that he's that little bit better each time. So hopefully it stays that way.
He's healthier now, clearly. He's in less pain. He's growing. He's a cheeky little bastard at times. You know, he's pretty sly, but I love him. I've seen him come out of himself, and his brother and his sister, and it's just good that they are comfortable when they come into our environment, and I love that. So I just love sort of giving him an insight into what we do and what I do, because the better he knows me, the more open he's going to be. So he's a pleasure to have around the place, and the Delaney family in its entirety have been great to get to know.
It's fantastic to see young Bailey, and he looks like he's happy and on the mend. So whenever you see him down in the rooms, it just gives us a lift, because there's a lot of boys that have had a lot to do with him and his family, and it's really good to see him smiling.
We were standing up on the race, and Nichols came up and gave me the ball.
Yeah, no, look, it's a great experience for Bailey and the other two, and just to be involved in the whole, pre-game and after-game stuff, and puts a big smile on their faces, and yeah, it's just exciting for the kids.
I mean, you can't be all things to all people. We have plenty of requests from charities, etc., that come to the football club, and there's some that resonate with you a little bit more than others, but we try and do as much as we possibly can. I'm a football coach, I'm a dad, I'm a husband. I think there's a part in everyone that wants to make a difference to other people, that wants to make their life a little bit easier. So we're very fortunate to have that opportunity. I feel very fortunate to have that opportunity to lead an organisation towards that, and to foster that, and to make sure that we're very aware of the impact that we can have. And if you maybe can have 2 or 3 or 4 that you impact heavily, rather than trying to have 200 that you just glaze over the surface, that we're trying to find the balance between those two. But it makes me feel like I'm making a difference more than just being a footy coach. And I know that our players feel that, and I think that's really important, because it's a big world and we're all part of it.
So you've got to be really strong again today with the basic. Get some yards, but really, control the ball below your knees, eyes on the ball, keep your eyes low, drive your legs aggressively to get your yards with your feet. Alright, that'll control our kick. Alright, we don't want to be kicking that one-step kick. So all the things today that we practice, drive legs, this is a day we do it. The conditions made conducive for a real contest, and we just had to make a real mental adjustment too about just getting back to basics. And it wasn't a day for high marks or change of possession. It was just about getting yards and getting territory forward and keeping your eyes low and keeping your body in line with the ball.
Give it time for the big boys to get across the front. Spoil. There's more time for the small boys to get there as well, and then come it.
Yeah, look, I've played as a forward predominantly all day, pretty much. As a target, and in these conditions it was like today, it was pretty wet and pretty hard. But I just had to compete in the air and bring the ball to ground for the little guys, and Ferg and those sort of guys got onto it and kicked a couple of snags, which was good.
The amount of work he's done in some of the sessions in terms of intensity have been really tough, so we've tried to simulate game situation on the training track, so we were pretty comfortable with him, but I think he was more than ready.
There's a bit of a funnel down. There's no one standing in front of us. Yeah, because if we can just drop it short and let us move on to it.
We can continue to encourage to take some smarter risks, okay, coming through the corridor. So we want our positioning from stoppages to be wrapping and being aggressive with hand and foot. He just looked dangerous throughout the course of the game. Every time the ball went in his area, he certainly made the opposition pretty nervous. And he kicked a couple and sort of missed one late with a greasy ball. But great to have him back, and I'm sure whatever he does today and recovers well, he'll be even better next week.
Yeah, look, I felt actually pretty good running around. I did a fair bit of work the last 3 weeks of running wise, so I felt all right. Obviously, it's a bit heavy. I haven't trained in any conditions, so it was heavy. But look, as I said, I was just happy to get a run under my belt again. It's good to get down here and I suppose get a run under my belt and that sort of thing, and just get back to playing footy. It's been a long year so far for me, but look, it was just a great win to be a part of, and I'm just happy to play footy again.
You know, it was great having Reedy coming in, and all we wanted him to do was play his normal game, bring his leadership, and he was great for us down there, big target. So, it's a credit to the team. It was a great win, so very nervous times, but glad we got points.
I was ready to go from the outset, and it was a great win by the boys as well. I suppose we ran the game out really well, which was good, with a lot of young guys in the team too, and a lot of VFL boys. A real credit to them. I don't want it to be about me at all. It was all about the team today and the team getting a win, which is I just wanted to play a role and be a part of that. And the boys got the points, and they've put some good performances in a row now, so it's been good. Yeah, I'm not sure what the goal is from here. I'll probably just train all this week and just keep putting my best foot forward and try and get back in the senior side. They're travelling pretty well at the moment.
No, I was just a real passionate supporter growing up, and I love the footy club and the players, and I just loved knowing things about the club, like stats. You always read the articles on the website and all that sort of stuff. I just remember when I spoke to Derek Hine, he said, if we're going to draft you, you've got to realise that we're drafting you to play AFL. Football, you can't get caught up being a spectator or a supporter, because you're going to have to take these blokes' positions. He goes, coming across the half-forward line, he goes, you've got to take Alan Didak's position and Leon Davis's position, and they were both coming off All-Australian years. So I was sort of had a laugh at that, but then that's the reality of it. You've got to take someone's position or you're going to last long. When Bucks tapped me on the shoulder to say I was going to play just before, obviously late inclusion. I was pumped. Yeah, I finally, it's sort of like that. I finally got there after the surgery, and obviously I wasn't 100% match fit, starting as the sub, and Maxie went down, which was unfortunate, but it gave me an opportunity to play a bit more game time than what we thought going into the game, and. No, I just cherished every minute of it. It was just awesome feeling in front of the fans, like back out there. I just loved it. There was a stage there where I thought potentially the year could have passed me. Having surgery, I guess that was the first time that I've had major surgery, and missing 3 months of football. It just shows you, what you're missing out on. Like if you ever lose perspective of what it's like, and you take the game for granted, being injured is one thing that'll quickly bring you back to it, because recovery and rehab's a pretty lonely place. Now I'm about 30 games into my journey, and hopefully, there's a lot more to come. I plan on playing for Collingwood for a long time, and hopefully I can do that. Getting so much enjoyment out of supporting the club growing up, and now playing for them and representing the club, each weekend is an honour and something that I don't take for granted. Sometimes you can lose that, you can lose perspective of how lucky you are. And you go through some ups and downs, but at the end of the day, every time you pull on that black and white jumper, it means something. And yeah, I plan on doing it for a while yet. We just got to keep performing week in, week out, get the wins, and hopefully we're there for September, because there's a belief in this group that we can do something come September, and I definitely want to be a part of that.
I normally come down the park with twos. He's got a dog called Lily, and Jesse White as well. He's got a couple of dogs. So we come down, have a bit of a play, and they all get along. But most days it's normally Bruce and I wander around the parks, and he's definitely just his free spirit. He's just got this weird head on him, massive ears. He's starting to get a bit square through the chest. He's a gentle giant. He looks like this ugly, aggressive dog, but deep down he's just this little fluffball sweetheart, really. Form does fluctuate. Talent, you never lose your talent, you always got that. But obviously confidence as well plays a lot on it. Had a bit of a form slump start first part of the year, but it hasn't been a lack of work. I've still been working on and off the track, still trying to piece together little things to try and be this ideal player for the Collingwood Football Club. I'm enjoying my footy. I pretty much just went out there with the idea of let's have a smile, let's have fun. I used to play footy as a kid because I loved it, and I still love the game, so I just wanted to go back to that. I've played so much football, I've trained so much that it's memory mass. Going out and playing footy is natural to me. I don't think too much about it. I'm the same as everyone else. I'm still a person. I still have feelings, emotions. I don't want to be walking down the street and feel like I've got to leave a cafe because someone's sitting over there abusing me already. I've got young nieces and nephews. I want to do little things with them, just go down the park and muck around with them, and you got someone sitting there trying to have a go at you. It kind of takes the fun out of leaving the house, which is pretty sad. I've been involved in it for 10 years now, grown up in it with my brothers and dad playing, so I've kind of got used to it, but it's always going to be something there, I think. You have expectations. I've got expectations on myself, and I haven't been hitting them this year, and obviously people have got opinions on that as well, so.
Bruce, come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Bruce.
Footy's not going to last forever. If I get a long-term injury tomorrow, if I do my knee, what am I going to do after that? So it's definitely something in the back of my head, has been probably since my two brothers finished up. So that was probably more the reality check to me, going, all right, what am I going to do? I'm enjoying footy. Life outside footy's good. I've started work on my day off full-time. I'm working for a company called Lifestyle Brands, doing a bit of graphic design. It's more just understanding real life. Football, you live in this bubble that, once you get out, you're not too sure what happens. I'm trying to, put my feet on the ground, and I know people say footy's a great job, and I know you make all this money, but you finish by the age of 30. What am I going to do for the rest of my life? I've been through some pretty good years at the footy club and really enjoying myself, and right now, the environment around the footy club, the way we're playing, is probably the best I've ever seen it. The players are invested in one another, in the coaching staff. We're all connected on and off the field. We're playing good footy, so you can't really complain too much when all these amazing things are happening to the one club. And I guess we're pretty fortunate to play for such a club. Collingwood is where it's a powerhouse. Obviously, we're getting the results as well, and I think we're building something special.
So Collingwood win by their greatest ever margin in a grand final. It doesn't get better than that.
To see the players go through this, to see the supporters that have come out every game and cheered on the players, whether we've won or lost. Really, this is who it's about. It's about the players and it's about the supporters.
What we play for. It's the whole reason we get up in the morning, go to training, pre-season, every lap we run, every weight we lift, it's just for this. So to have it, it's all worth it. when I was growing up, I would have never seen myself playing football, and to get drafted to the biggest club in Australia, and now winning a premiership with him is, it's been a hell of a ride.
Oh, mate, I just feel happy to see all the young boys, and to see Bucks, and to see Mick and Joffa and everybody, to see Lou before the game and Weed, and to see my boyhood idol Peter McKenna hand over the cup. Oh, mate, it just doesn't get any better. I'm just so happy.
Football Hall of Fame member Peter McKenna to present the Premiership Cup to Nick Maxwell, Michael Malthouse and the Collingwood Football Club.
To be captain of this great club and to be able to win a premiership, there's not too many that have done it. Has that actually sunk in?
No, it's a bit embarrassing, to be honest. I just feel that there's been better people along the way who deserve it, but I think in the end you have to it's about the group and making sure the group's in a good space and making sure they're doing what you need them to do. So I've had some great support around me, and a lot of guys just have been amazing.
We'll look in each other's eyes, knowing how hard you've worked to get to this stage, and just acknowledging, we're in it together. It's unbelievable.
It's the best feeling of my life, I suppose. You grow up dreaming to do this thing, and to finally have done it, I think it's going to take a while to sink in. When we did that lap of honour at the end, just to see how much excitement and joy they had, it was unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it.
There was still 80,000 in the stands, mate, and they're all Collingwood supporters, so just to give a little bit back to all the supporters that have been there, mate, all year. They've been awesome.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Having 60,000 people cheer you just like that, and they've ridden the journey as well from 20 years ago, so to give a bit back to them, it's amazing.
Probably hasn't sunk in yet. I'll go and sit in a quiet corner soon, Chris, and just have a look at this, and just it's pretty special.
You play 14 years as a player and you can't get there, but then 1 year as a coach and you get it. But I think that's the way things work sometimes, right place at the right time, and then the players that played today should be over the moon. They've done very well.
To be in your second year and playing in a premiership side, it's mind-blowing. You can always dream about it, but until it happens, you just never think that could ever happen. And I just wanted to play AFL footy, and I've done that now, and I've played in a premiership side. The feeling's amazing.
How are you feeling right now?
I'm not feeling much at all. I'm so numb. I haven't yet to taken it all in, but only one thing I'm thinking about is that no one can take this away from me. No one, no matter what happens. So it's just an amazing feeling.
The Collingwood Football Club have launched Collingwood Forever, a celebration of the club's rich history and to honour every player who has helped build this great club. We have invited all players to a gala ball on August 27th. We're calling on all past players to RSVP or contact the club if you have not received your invitation.